Greetings, my fellow Fright Fiends, and thanks for joining me here in the Horror Zone. I hope everyone's doing well. Just wanted to do a update video, something I haven't done here on YouTube in a while. Talk about what's been going on, why some of my video content has been a little sporadic in the last couple of months, and what people can expect from the Horror Zone going into the rest of the summer. First things first, wanted to talk about the channel. Now, I've been doing kind of some experimentation this summer. I've been publishing not only content here on YouTube, which I also put on my Patreon page and then share in some social circles on Facebook, but I've also been doing some exclusive video content on my IGTV page, which is linked to my Instagram account. That is something I started doing because I started seeing that I was getting more feedback on Instagram for some of the content I was putting up there, and I'm getting more views on some of the videos, so I started doing some exclusive stuff there and doing a little bit less on YouTube for the month of June, just to see what kind of response I would get, and the response was great. And I'm going to continue to publish stuff on IGTV, and I've decided that I'm going to do, instead of just doing either content on YouTube and then content on IGTV, I'm going to share the two. So I'm going to do stuff that I do here, I'm going to publish there as well. So that way people that maybe aren't subscribed to me on YouTube can check me out there as well. And then I'll share, and then that video will also be on my Instagram account, and it will link back to my IGTV page. So I'll put a link to my IGTV page here as well. There could be a couple of times where I do something that's just on IGTV. I did recently do one that was a little bit more personal video that I just exclusively had there, and I've had a couple of mail call videos that I've done there as well, but I just felt like I wanted to try it out in June and see how it went. But then I started thinking maybe it's not really fair to the people that subscribe to me here and have supported me here for 9 years, so I'm going to start doing things in tandem and see how it goes, so people can expect that in the coming months. Also, feedback. I've been getting a lot of feedback, people posting comments to my videos. The last month and a half I've been really bad about getting back to people, and I realized that I haven't been fair with people here on the YouTube space. I did post a video on my Instagram page and my IGTV page saying where I do construction project management for a broadband company. It's just been really busy. We've had some people leave the company, move to different roles or get different jobs, and so the workload has doubled, and there's just been a lot more being asked of each of us, and because of this I just haven't had the time to get back to people. It's a bad excuse, but that's just the way it's been for me, and there's been some personal stuff going on as well, but for the most part it's just been work has been asking a lot of me. At the end of the day I'm really beat, and I'm slowly starting to respond to people's comments. I started yesterday, and I'm going to continue to roll through them this week so that I have answered everyone's questions and given feedback. I feel really bad about taking so long to do so, and I appreciate everyone who's been patient. The next thing I want to talk about is requests. I have several requested videos. I am going to try to get to them. There's one for a friend of mine that wants me to do something on Alfred Hitchcock. Hitchcock videos will air in tandem with his upcoming birthday. I have a couple of them planned for movies that I've never talked about on the channel, so people can look forward to that. I also have requests from another friend who wanted me to talk about movies like The Fog or Train to Busan. There's a lot of horror films I've never tackled. I did talk about The Fog a couple of times. Mostly it was noted, this was back in 2014 when I visited the location of the lighthouse where Stevie Wayne has her radio show. I showcased that. That's in Point Reyes, California. That was, I think, one and the only time I talked about The Fog, and The Fog is one of my favorite horror films. So yes, there is stuff that's going to be coming up. I can't say it will all air immediately or it's going to take time, but yes, I do have the requests. I haven't forgotten them. They will be addressed and showcased here on the channel as well as IGTV. Next thing I want to tackle is social media. Now, in the last couple of months, I've kind of scaled back how much social media interaction I have. I belong to a lot of horror groups on Facebook for many years, and just kept finding a lot of negativity, especially when I would try to share things you know, coming up in the horror genre, you know, new movies, announcements, things like that, or just, you know, sometimes, you know, responding to somebody, you know, posing a question like, hey, what do you think about this? And giving an honest answer, not downing anybody's answers if they liked it, if they hated it, but just giving a personal opinion. And I was met with a lot of negativity. Negativity, something I never really care to have in my life. I've, you know, grew up, you know, with there was conflicts in my family and things like that. And it just really is something I try to get away from. And everything I do here is for fun. This isn't, you know, my job. This is something for, you know, interacting with people that have like-minded interests. And when I'm met with a lot of negativity, my way of dealing with it is just like, okay, I don't want this in my life, so I back away from it. And that's what I did. So I unsubscribed from a lot of horror fan sites or horror groups on Facebook. One in particular was Deborah Voorhees' fan page. She's the owner of that page, and we have been friends for a number of years, and I was one of the moderators on that. But I reached out to her and I said, you know, I just need to take a step back from this. You know, and she was completely respectful, nothing but respect there. But other groups I just sort of slowly and quietly backed out of. And it wasn't easy to do, especially with Deborah's, because I, you know, was constantly, you know, publishing stuff there for the channel on her page. Also helping support her upcoming independent horror film, 13 Fanboy, which is going to feature many of the Friday the 13th alumni. It's going to be a fantastic film, and I know that she's currently in the process of making that. But some of the footage I did for some of the, you know, trying to get support for her campaign for the film was used in the trailer for the film, so I was heavily involved in that. But it was time for me to step away from it. And, you know, it was a great experience, and I wish her and the production nothing but the best. And I need to start sort of changing where my focus is, and I need to start focusing on me a little bit more. In the last few years, I've helped a lot of independent filmmakers, YouTubers, people that have podcasts. I've helped them, you know, get support for what they were doing. And I really want to focus now on this book that I'm writing, which I've talked about on IGTV, and like I said, it's unfair to you guys, but I'm writing a book about Salem's Lot and my experiences with that film and why I love that film so much. So that is something that I really want the focus to be right now, and I'm giving myself till the end of the year to have this thing fully realized and completed. And it's a huge task, and with work and everything else, it's just really trying to find the time to focus on it has been difficult. But that is the goal that I've set forward for myself, and that's why I've kind of pulled back from some other things. So again, we'll be getting back to people with their comments and requests. Also, we'll start publishing stuff simultaneously here as well as on IGTV. I think it's kind of cool. It gets sort of my stuff out there now that I'm not in as many horror social networks, or, you know, like on the groups on Facebook. I still am on a few, but not as many as I once was. So I think that'll be beneficial for me. It'll be beneficial for my audience, and I just wanted to make sure that I let everyone know what's been going on, why the channel is, you know, had content. There's been like a lot of content at once, and then times where there's not a lot of content coming out of the channel. So like I said, just wanted to make sure everyone was aware. I've been having a blast doing the Tales from the Horror Zone segments. Those are probably my favorite, next to the 2 on location videos I did this year, going to Lolita, California, where they shot Halloween 3, and Ferndale, California, where they shot most of the exteriors for Salem's Lot. The Tales from the Horror Zone stuff has been really fun, and it's really rekindled my interest in, you know, doing more content. So thanks so much for the support on that. Thanks so much for always supporting me here on the channel. Everybody it all means so much to me, and you guys are the best, and I promise there's some great stuff coming soon. So thanks for sticking with the Horror Zone, and I will talk to you guys later. Take it easy, stay scared as always. I have a Patreon page if everybody wants to help support me. The link is down below. And if you do help support me, Dracula here will get more treats, and Dracula really loves his treats. So any support that you can give me would be very, very much appreciated. Right, Drac?